Hello, students of Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Myself, Anamika Paliwal, and today I'm going to start with the biology lectures. As we all know that the syllabus of 12th standard is changed. So the first chapter which we are coming across is reproduction in lower and higher plants. And in this chapter, we are going to deal with both the mode of reproduction, that is sexual and asexual. So we are starting with the concept of reproduction. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is the production of young ones like the parents. As we all know that it is the process which is very essential. It leads to continuation of species. Obviously, when an organism doesn't reproduce, it will come to an extinct. So to maintain the continuity of life, reproduction is very essential. So why reproduction is an essential process? It is an essential process because as it leads to continuation of species and it maintains the continuity of life, which is very important. Each organism has its own particular method of reproduction. So all these methods, they generally fall into two categories, that is asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction does not involve fusion of two compatible gametes or sex cells. It means only a single parent is involved. Now, it is the process resulting in the production of genetically identical progeny. Now, what does genetically identical progeny means? It means the progeny is similar morphologically and genetically to the parent. It means it will look similar to the parent, and it is evolved from a single organism and inherits the genes of the parent, and such morphologically and genetically identical individuals are called clones. Morphologically means the physical appearance, genetically means the genotype. They are identical to their parents, and that's why they are called clones. Clones, you can say, they are the replica exact copy of their parents. Modes of asexual reproduction. Now here I'm talking only about the lower plants. For the higher plants, I'll be taking another lecture. So there are three different types or modes of asexual reproduction. First is fragmentation, second budding, and third spore formation. Fragmentation. Multicellular organisms can break into fragments due to one or the other reasons. Now, these reasons, it may be either environmental, physical, chemical. Now, these fragments which are broken, they grow into new individual which is the same copy of the parent. Here I am giving you the example of Spirogyra. As you can see, the fragment of the Spirogyra, how long it is, with it is a multicellular organism because it contains n number of nucleus. The black dots which you can see are the nucleus. So when it is cut down into fragments, the three fragments which you can see, each and every fragment, the single fragment, it will be growing same like the parent one. So here we can get from one three different fragments we can get, and this process is known as fragmentation. Like here, the reproduction is taking place in the form of fragments. Budding. It is the most common method of asexual reproduction. We all are familiar with the process of budding since our childhood. So we know the best example of budding which we can give is obviously yeast. So budding, it is taking place in unicellular organism. You all know what is unicellular organism, which contains only a single cell. It usually takes place during favorable conditions by producing one or more outgrowths. Outgrowths, that means the buds. So in favorable conditions refers to perfect environmental conditions where it will nurture and it will grow the outgrowths into birds, and these birds, they later on develop into an individual cell. They fall off and they grow into a new individual. The next one is spore formation. Now, in this type of asexual mode of reproduction, reproduction takes place with the help of spores. The best example I can give here is Chlamydomonas. Now, in this Chlamydomonas, the reproduction it occurs by flagellated motile zoospores, which can grow independently into new individual. Now, flagellated, you can see the antenna-like projections coming out from the cells. Flagella, we all are clear with the flagella. What is the function of flagella? Flagella is used to for the motility, so that the particular cell can move, and zoospores it has the capacity to reproduce. So wherever the spores fall off, from there the new plant is, or the new cell is evolved. Other methods of asexual reproduction include binary fission, which occurs in amoeba and paramecium. Now, binary means two, and fission means multiplication. So, from a single parent cell, two identical daughter cells are produced. So, this is known as binary fission, which is also a asexual mode of reproduction. The next example of asexual mode of reproduction is conidia, which is formed in penicillium. Normally, it takes place by formation of non-motile asexual spores, the conidia, which are produced exogenously at the tip of the long, erect, special septate hyphae called the conidiophores. Now, this conidiophores, you can see in the diagram, is represented by pink color, and the blue ones at the tip, that are called conidia. Now, penicillium it multiplies repeatedly by this method, and it grows in the season. The next example of asexual mode of reproduction is gamule formation. Now, what is an gamule? It is an asexually produced mass of cells which are capable of developing into a new organism or into an adult freshwater sponge. Now, the best example of gamule formation are the sponges which are found in the freshwater. Now, in asexual reproduction is mainly carried out by the budding and also by gemulation. So, in sponges, you can see the asexual mode of reproduction in the form of budding and in the form of gemulation. The internal birds which are formed by the freshwater sponges, and they are called gamules. The inside you can see the small like formation of the birds, and these internal birds they are called the gamules.